It's including a traditional grammar, historical grammar, structural grammar, and transformational grammar. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get started!
Okay, next we talk about traditional grammar. Do you know how people start studying grammar? There are Greek and Europe. Greek means for understanding letter, but Europe means to reform purity, standard the literary language. And there are Dionysius track are participant, articles, conjunction, verb, noun, preposition, pronoun, and verb. But there are the lingua Latin are noun, verb, particle, conjunction, and adverb. And then Donatus and Frisian are participant, adverb, conjunction, verb, noun, preposition, pronoun, and interjection. And then Modeste, a group of scholar, are Peter Helios and Thomas F. Hoare. One universal grammar depends on the structure of reality and human reason. Next, general and rational grammar. Grammatical categories reflect universal element of thought, not limited on literary language, differentiating letter and sounds. The speak form of the living language determine usage. And then Renaissance, early 17th to 18th century. Grammar studies were printed for 61 languages. Grammar studies became a discussion in pedagogical forum. It was taught to missionaries to master the language of area they were assigned to word. And then 18th century, there are prescriptive grammar and descriptive grammar. Prescriptive grammar are conservative, unchangeable, standard, or priority. But descriptive grammar are liberal, changeable, arbitrary nature. Prescriptive by Robert Locke, short introduction to English grammar. Unchangeable sentence structure, major sentence element, subject, verb, and object to correct a grammatical sentence. And descriptive by Joseph Priestley, the theory of universal grammar, arbitrary sentence structure, traditional parsing to produce creative grammar sentence.
Alifah, please explain to me about historical grammar. The theory of historical grammar is formulated by combining both in descriptive and prescriptive grammar. In other words, it is combining both in spoken and written language. The descriptive grammar believes in linguistic order in the environment, whereas prescriptive grammar is produced by formulating the monumental works of the global authors as the standard. So, for example, prescriptive grammar is inspired by William Shakespeare's masterpiece papers. So, Fida, what do you think about English language period?
English period is changed time to time. The first
the modern English is influenced by London. Okay, alifah, how do you know about participle? Participle is the repetitive form of a verb that can change the meaning of the tenses and also the function of the verb to become an adjective. For example, I have an interesting book. The movie makes me bored. I have a really exciting experience. So that's the thing about the participle. And now, what do you think about particle? Particle is all of the word that unchangeable, such as adverb, preposition, conjunction, interjection. Interjection itself consists of a, o, hi, ha, go, well, hey, etc. Hello everyone, my name is veggyana mauliddia. So now I'm here to explain to you about the structural grammar. So the first is definition of the structural grammar. The structural grammar is a grammar intended to explain the working of language in terms of the function of its components and their relationship to each other without reference to meaning. The basic how can we understand the structural grammar is based on traditional and historical grammar. So now we move to the characteristic of structural grammar. There are three characteristics or the highlight of structural grammar. The first is the linguistic of structural grammar is descriptive. Descriptive is a set of rules about language based on how it's actually used. It means that grammar results from research on communication that occurs in the community. So the second is studying language grammar is by examining the spoken or used language. And the third is yet no language system is always consistent. It means that no language that always consistent because language always develop time to time.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Novita rahma, and here I want to explain about the theories of structural grammar. There are four experts who research structural grammar. They are Ferdinand de Saussure, Franz Boas, and Edward Sapir, Leonard Bloomfield, and Charles Carpentier-Fries. On Saussure's theory, he states synchronic and diachronic grammar. Synchronic grammar is a language grammar which is used at particular time, while diachronic grammar is a language grammar that continues to be used from time to time. Both observed every language usage of the Indians and succeeded in concluding the grammar analysis was obliged to include elements of looking at phonology sound, the order of words, and only then could he analyze the sentence structure. Meanwhile, Sapir conducted his studies using a deductive approach or takes general perspective first and then divides them specifically. Charles Fred discussed about actual English usage and new grammar. Basically, the theory of the Saussure, both Sapir, Bloomfield, and Fries supports and proves grammar studies in descriptive, not perspective.
Hello, my name is vivit fitriany, and now I would like to explain about transformational grammar. Transformational grammar is system of language analysis that identifies the relationship among various elements of a sentence making use of rules. It implies a logical, analytical process to understand in a meaningful way the words. It explores the thought behind the words. What is the differences between descriptive grammar and transformational grammar? Descriptive grammar, the proper object of linguistic study, is spoken language. The transformational grammar, the proper object of linguistic study, is the language knowledge. The descriptive grammar work with sentences that have been produced by native speakers of language using inductive method. Then the transformational grammar is expressed by certain strategies that the individuals employ in actual producing and comprehension of sentences. The transformational grammar study is not limited or examines all data. And then the descriptive grammar, the study comes from everyday speech. There are five abilities in linguistic competence. First, to produce and comprehend a theoretically infinite number of sentences. Second, to recognize grammatical and ungrammatical sentences. Third, to perceive the structure of sentences. The fourth, to recognize sentences that are paraphrase of each other. And the last, to detect ambiguity. The goals of transformational grammar is to detect grammatical and ungrammatical sentences and show the intended meaning and to evaluate the ambiguity. The transformational grammar, there are symbols. For example, S, symbol S for sentences and N for noun, X for auxiliary, M for model, and that for determine.
Hello everyone, my name is Natasha Salsabila. I will here continue the explanation of transformational grammar. First, let me tell you about transformational grammar in more depth. Grammar is a system that contains general principles that can be taken from a few sentences or everyday speech. This is done arbitrarily and accidentally. Then everyday speech become commonplace in a country and countries to agree that sentences begin with a subject followed by a predicate and an object. So what is initially done accidentally and becomes general will become the rule of supreme authority. Do you know who the theories are transformational grammar? You're right. He is Noam Chomsky. Noam Chomsky is a theorist in transformational grammar. He said that when we speak in any language that is often used, the language we use sometimes confuses, looks angry, looks happy, looks sad. So this has to do with our psychology in order to make the psychological process. in our brains more actual or more scientific to be represented by symbols. We have to view these symbols as logical structures. These symbols are then formulated by transformational grammar as generative grammar. This image is a basic structure in transformational grammar. There is a subject, NP as a noun phrase, and VP as a verb phrase. So why is the noun phrase here as NP? Because the subject has not only one noun. For example, the girls, the boy, the dog. So why say that a verb phrase is VP? Because it is impossible for a verb to have only one verb as a predicate. For example, the children found the puppy. The word found the puppy including the verb phrase. And P here can be many branches and VP can also be many branches. Do you know the meaning of symbols in transformational grammar? If you don't know the meaning in each symbol, listen and you must memorize it. On the previous slide, S means a sentence, and P means a noun phrase. VP means a verb phrase, and another transformational grammar symbol in the image to my right. Symbol number 1. N means a noun. Number 2, V means a verb. Number 3, that means determiner. For example, this, that, many, an. Number 4, X means auxiliary. Number 5, M means modal or modal auxiliary. Modal auxiliary in contrast to an auxiliary verb like auxiliary. The modal auxiliary, for example, would, may, could, should, can. Number 6, B. Symbol B is different from be an auxiliary. B is used in the middle not to show the sentence as nominal. Number 7, pred means predication. Number 8, VT means a transitive verb. Number 9, VI means an intransitive verb. Number 10, VL means linking verb or verb linking. Number 11, at G is an adjective. Number 12, at V means an adjective verb. Number 30, com is a complement. Number 14, PP is a prepositional phrase.